Alright guys, make sure you're emailing me if you have any questions or problems. As you're working through a problem, you're hearing an explanation, please, please, please email me. My email address is on the SharePoint site that you went to get to these videos. So hopefully this helps and clears up some frustrations and misunderstandings that you might be having with some things. So essentially what I want you to do is I want you to turn around and I want you to solve each of these problems by elimination. And actually, you know what, guys? Actually, this says elimination, but I want you to do the first set by substitution because I know we need some practice on that. And then we're going to do the second set by elimination. And I just want you to turn around and do the odds. So let's start to get going. So number one, substitution. I think this guy's the easiest to solve for, so I'm going to add 3y to both sides. So we're going to get x equals 3y plus 7. Now I'm going to turn around and I'm going to take that and I'm going to substitute it in the other equation. The other equation, not the same equation. On the quiz, guys, some of you guys subbed it back into the same equation, but I want you to do it into the other. Now you distribute 9y plus 21 plus 3y equals 9. You get 12y plus 21 equals 9. 12y equals negative, excuse me, it's going to equal negative 12. You go y equals negative 1. Now that's not your final answer, folks. We're going to take that and we'll put it back into the simplified problem from step 1. And then we're going to put it in there and we're going to evaluate. So negative 4 plus 7, which x is going to be 3. So we get our solution 3, negative 1. That's our solution for that one. Let's move on to number 3. Which is the easiest variable to solve for substitution? I say it would be that one. So I'm going to minus 2y both sides, and you get x equals negative 2y plus 5. Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to substitute it back into the other equation for x right there. So we're going to get 2 times negative 2y plus 5 plus 3y equals 6. You're going to distribute negative 4y plus 10 plus 3y equals 6. Negative y plus, we're going to combine what like terms here. Negative y plus 10 equals 6. Negative y minus 10 from both sides now. Negative y equals negative 4. Y equals 4. Now we're not done. We're going to take that, put that into the equation from step 1 and see where we get. So x is going to be 8 plus 5. X is going to be 13. So we get 13 and 4 as our solution. Let's go on to number 5. Number 5, the easiest one I think I'm going to solve for is going to be this guy right here. So I'm going to minus 2x minus 2x. So we get negative y equals negative 2x plus 10. But I got to multiply both sides of this equation by negative 1 or divide by negative 1. Either one works fine. So I get y equals 2x minus 10. Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to substitute back into the other equation. For y. I'm going to take this and we're going to put it back up in there. So we get 4x minus 3 times 2x minus 10 equals 22. I'm going to distribute 4x minus 6x plus 30 equals 22. It's going to be negative 2x plus 30 equals 22. We get negative 2x. We're going to minus 30 from both sides now. We get negative 2x equals negative 8, and you get x equals positive 4. We're not done yet. We're going to put that back into the part from step 1. 2 times 4, and then minus 10. You get y equals 8 minus 10. And you get y equals negative 2. Now, guys, make sure you thoroughly understand what I did on these problems. And if you don't, you can rewind, of course, and go back and kind of listen to what I'm describing as to what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Let's take a look at number 7. I'm going to solve it. I think that's the easiest one to solve for because it's kind of sitting by itself. It's just a 1 out there, so I won't have to divide by anything. So I'm going to add 0.2x, and so we get y equals 0.2x plus 0.5. Now I can't do anything else from there. I can't combine those those terms because they are not like terms. I'm going to substitute that into the other equation for y. So we're going to get 0.2x plus 0.2x plus 2 times, plus 2 times 0.2x plus 0.5 equals 1.6. And now I've got an equation of just x's, so I can solve it for x. 0.4x when I distribute it plus 1 equals 1.6, and then 0.6x plus 1, combining the like terms, this guy and that guy. Then we subtract 1 from both sides, so 0.6x equals, subtract 1 from both sides. So I'm going to get 0.6, and we get x equals 1. We're not done. Substitute that back into the original. We get y equals 0.2 times 1 plus 0.5. Y equals 0.2 plus 0.5. Y equals 0.7. So we get 1, 0.7. All right, let's look at number 9. Number 1, I'm going to do again by substitution. I think the easiest one to solve for is, none of these are particularly easy, so I'm just going to pick one I feel like solving for. I'm going to solve it for y. We're going to get some fractions into this guy, so you better just be careful while you're doing it. Fractions remind you of your favorite F word, fun. So divide y equals negative x plus 5 halves. So we have some fun fractions there, if you remember. So we're going to take this, and we're going to put that into the other equation for y. So 4x minus 4 times negative x plus 5 halves equals 10. We're going to distribute 4x plus 4x minus then negative 4 times 5 halves is going to be negative 10, and it's going to equal 10. So we're going to get 8x minus 10 equals 10. We're going to add 10 to both sides. So we're going to get 8x equals 20. Now we're going to divide by 8. We're going to get x equals, divide by 2, 10 fourths or 5 halves for our x value. After we get that, we put that in for x to solve for our y. I'm going to write it down here. So y equals negative 5 halves. So negative times 5 halves plus 5 halves, and that's going to be 0, so we get y is 0. So we get 5 halves, 0 as our solution. Now off to the next page, page 2. Now we're going to continue on the second page doing elimination, only the odds though. This one's not quite set up for elimination. We got to line up the x's and y's. So I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides, and that's going to give me, and I'm going to write it down here, so it's going to be negative 2x plus y equals 2x minus 2x is 0. So we kind of set it up there. Now we have this new system just like this. So we got to figure out what we need to multiply for. I'm going to get rid of the x's, so I'm going to multiply the first equation by 2 so that I can get rid of the x's. And then I'm going to rewrite the whole system all over again. So we're going to get 2x plus 6y equals negative 28. Then we get negative 2x plus y equals 0. Then we can add straight down because we have same number, different sign, same variable. Those cancel, so we get 7y equals negative 28. And we get y equals negative 4 when we divide by 7. But we're not done. We're going to take that, substitute it into one of the originals to get our answer. So I'm going to substitute it in there. So we get y equals, dang it, that's what y is. So we actually get negative 4 equals 2x, and then we divide by 2. So we get x is negative 2. Negative 2, negative 4 is our solution. Let's go to number 13 now. Number 13, look at this, that's lucky. It's already set up for the y, so we're just going to go add it straight down. So we get 6x equals negative 24. We're going to divide by 6. We get x is negative 4. Fantastic. Then I'm going to take that, put it in one of the originals. I'm going to put it in the top one. Why? I just feel like that is the easiest for me right now. So I'm going to put it in there, so we get negative 8 minus 5y equals negative 28. I'm going to add 8 to both sides. And then we're going to get negative 5y equals negative 20. I'm going to divide by negative 5, so we get y equals 4. And we get our two values. Barbecue pork. All right, number 15. This one's not set up, but I will notice that if I want to get rid of the x's, I can just multiply the bottom equation by 2. Got to do all the parts though. So 4x, not by negative 2, because if it was negative, it would make that a positive 4, and then we'd be in trouble. So we're going to leave it as is. So negative 4x and distribute it, so it's negative 8y. Continue to distribute, and you get 2. So we add straight down, those drop out, those make 0. So 2y minus 8y is negative 6, and then negative 5 plus 2 is going to be negative 3, and y equals 1/2, and that's fun. So we're going to take that, and we're going to put it into, I'm going to put it into the first equation, because I know 2 times 1/2 is going to be 1, so I'm going to get 4x plus 2 times 1/2. And then equals negative 5, so we get 4x plus 1 equals negative 5. Minus 1 both sides, 4x equals negative 6. X equals divide by 4. That's going to be negative 3/2 when we reduce it. So we're going to get the two values. X is negative 3/2 and y is positive 1/2. Woohoo! Keep going, guys. Keep working hard, because it's going to pay off. Just keep working hard. So now I look at this, the 6 and the 4. That's not that easy to get rid of. I'd have to multiply the top one by 4, the bottom one by negative 6, or maybe negative 4 and positive 6, and I don't want to do that. Or, top one by 3 and bottom one by 2. I still don't want to do that. But if I just multiply the bottom one by 2 and we work on getting rid of the y's, we're in good shape. So we get 6x minus 4y equals negative 8 from the first equation. Then rewriting the second equation as 8x plus 4y equals negative 6. We're in good shape because then the y's are going to drop out. And then we're going to get 14x. Those are going to equal 0. And that's going to be, ooh, look at that. That's negative 14. We get x is negative 1. After that, we're going to take that, substitute back in, and go from there. So we're going to get 6 times negative 1 minus 4y equals negative 8, and we're going to solve this for y. So we get negative 6 minus 4y equals negative 8. I'm going to add 6 to both sides, so we get negative 4y equals negative 2. Y equals 1/2. Fantastic. So we get negative 1, 1/2. Alright, now for some more stuff. Some word problems of friends. Word problems. Alright, guys, I'm just going to set up the equations for the word problems and define the variables, and then I'm going to give you the solution. But I'm not going to do the work. I'm going to leave it up to you to decide the method that you want to use and how you want to go about it. So here we go. The sum of the two numbers is 41. The difference is 5. What are the two numbers? Remember, the purpose statement of the question gives us direction on where to go. So x is going to be the first number. Y is going to be the second number, because that's what the purpose of this problem is, find the two numbers. Alright, then look at the first statement. It says the sum of the first of the two numbers is 41. So it is 41, and the sum of the two numbers, we're going to add those two numbers. The numbers happen to be x plus y, and we add them. That means the sum is 41. It says their difference is 5. Well, we take the two numbers, subtract them, and it's going to be 5. And then we calculate, we do substitution, elimination, whatever you want to do to solve this, and you get a solution of. And guys, you get one number as 23, and you get the other number as 18. Alright, let's look at the next one. 4 times first number added to the second number is 36. That's crazy sounding. 3 times the first number minus the second number is 20. Find the numbers. Okay, purpose statement. Find the numbers. So y is the first number, we're going to say. X is going to be the second number. Alright, let's read the first one. 4 times the first number. So 4 times the first number. That's 4 times x. Added to a second number, which was y in our case, is 36. So that's the first equation. 3 times the first. 3 times the first. Minus the second number. Oh, look at that. Is 20. Alright, there's our setup, and our answer, after you do all the work, is going to be, drum roll please, it's going to be 8 and 4. Woohoo! Alright, let's go on to the next question. At a sale of winter clothing, Cody bought two pairs of gloves and 4 hats for $43. Tori bought 2 pairs of gloves and 2 hats for $30. What were the prices for the gloves and hats? Oh. Alright, guys, so prices of gloves and prices of hats. So cost for gloves, and then cost for hats. Okay, you got 2 pairs of hats, so that's, or 2 pairs of gloves, 2x rather, plus 4 hats. 4y is going to be 43 bucks, because that's all about the amount of money that Cody bought. The next one is going to be all about the amount of money that Tori spent. 2 pairs of gloves plus 2 pairs of hats is $30. Turns out then we're going to spend $8.50 for gloves and $6.50 per hat. Alright guys, running out of time. There's your variables for this one based on the problem statement. And guys, there's the setup for the final ones. You'll pause it. Sorry I ran out of time.